An intro. What's
Yes.
up, everybody? I'm Uncle Bill, and with me, as always, in spirit and also physical form this time, is Radkins
What's up?
himself. How you doing, man?
Good. Still trying to wake up a little bit after my power nap before coming on this late, but it's
Yeah,
all
I
good.
mean, we basically drug you away from like sleep to do this, and I apologize greatly for that. But
It's all good, man.
in my defense, this was your idea. Like this particular show was your idea, so yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Mark kind of threw in the other half about the best part. I just threw in like the worst portion.
Well, here's the weird thing. So the show that we're doing tonight is like best and worst physical media packaging, and I had a really hard time finding like worst packaging. Like I found like really great packaging pretty easily over here, but like there's a couple, but there's not nearly as many like bad as there is good. So I don't
so,
know.
so like I've got some. It's not that the packaging itself is bad, but it's just like the fact of getting your movies out and stuff, or it's like a really odd shape
Yeah,
to where
yeah,
it's just a pain in the butt to put on your shelf, or again get the discs out alone.
yeah. I've got some of those, and I've also got some where it's just like something that they did in the packaging process itself, like screwed it up or something like that. And there's quite a few Severin titles in this that I can't wait to show because
Awesome.
it's just really, really bad, man. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna wait a couple minutes. I'm trying to wait out this fucking WWE pay per view because that's what I know that Mark is doing, and probably what half the other assholes are doing, like watching the
Probably.
end of this WWE pay per view. But we're gonna have to like I'll go to the chat first and we'll see if we can stall as much as humanly possible.
Alrighty.
So we've got currently in here Holiday Styles is in here. He's only here for Princess Puffins, who is actually behind me right now. Matt's on here, who's just giving me a lot of shit about the time. That's Business of Fear, who's like in almost all these streams, which is awesome.
Oh God, Steve Peekaboo's on here.
Oh no, not Peekaboo Steve. Lumberjack's on here. It's good to see you. Joe Stradamus, Punisher Batman fan. Manic Exorcism. It's always good to have him on here. TJ Frizzy, who's been doing a lot of streams and shit with Dana lately, I noticed too, so that's cool. Crash 517. Yeah, Steve Peekaboo, like you mentioned. Steve Mayers. Mark Allen. Good to see you, man. Scratch Bruno. Bruno, who the hell even knows? Oh, the Rotten Tomatoes stamp. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, but that is definitely prevalent nowadays, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
On a lot
Especially
of
on
this.
slip covers or even the actual like artwork itself.
So Manic Exorcism says he saw the Winnie the Pooh movie. He said it was hilarious and violent. It just released the collector's edition Blu-ray. It looks like a great release. I cannot believe that movie would be good, but maybe it
Yeah.
is.
I saw the release. If he's talking about like, I think it's the Umbrella release where it like has a case that looks like the old school like Winnie the Pooh art, but it's like a pot of honey, but it's like filled with blood, and he's like putting his paw in to get blood out of it. If that's the one I think he's talking
That's
about.
kind of perfect. I give him that. Yeah.
Yeah.
1,000 Meter Films is here. How you doing,
So
Andrew? Oh shit. Yeah, we'll just say Andrew. I'm not. I'm from Eastern Kentucky. I don't pronounce shit.
I feel you, man. I'm from northeastern Tennessee, so I totally get it.
Criterion Collection has some bullshit cardboard for the prices they charge. Yeah, you're gonna see some bullshit cardboard here shortly. I guarantee that. Like you're gonna talk about just cheap released stuff. There's gonna be quite a bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to see some great packaging, but you're also going to see just the bottom of the barrel, really.
Oh yeah. Oh, got a little visitor here.
Oh, yeah. Mine's stirring behind me here, too. Live commentary. Carter Ditchin says live commentary of Birdemic. Yeah, we can do that. We can pick all those up from Severin and that new.
God, I saw that box set and I was like, Jesus, why? Like, out of all things they could do releases of, they would do a $30 Blu-ray set of that. Like, you got to be shitting me.
I was like, that whole month of like all that stuff they put out, I was just like, oh my God,
garbage.
man.
It
was the biggest bunch of trash. I'm sure there's some people that bought that. You'd have to be a hardcore Severin fan to buy that shit, though. Brent Madison's here. He says he can't wait to see what the picks are. Me either. The mayor says cardboard enthusiasts unite, as we do. So, I wonder if that idiot knows that he basically gave us a whole, like, theme by saying cardboard enthusiast.
I think
probably.
I don't know. I don't think he did. I mean,
no.
But you never know, man.
What a knob, as they say. Alyssa Milano from the star of Teen Wolf 3 says the Children of the Corn remake looks terrible. I didn't even know they were doing another Children of the Corn remake.
Yeah, you missed that on the roundtable. We were talking about that. Apparently, it's like the 12th or 13th one in the series. It's so crazy. There are as many of those as they are Friday the 13th movies.
That is insane, man. The last Children of the Corn remake I remember them doing was the one that Slippy did, and that one was fucking like one of the worst things ever made. So I can't imagine. Slippy. Rambo, how you doing, man? You can get your ass on here too if you want to. I don't know if you've got any horrible packaging, but it doesn't really matter. Business of Fear says that he is a stone cold cardboard enthusiast as well.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, where all my cardboard enthusiasts at tonight? Holla. Let's see. Welly, well.
Here he is, fashionable.
Welly fucking well. Every time. So what happened? Tables. What happened? I gotta know.
Hey, what can I say, man? Like I tried.
So what happened? Roman Reigns retain, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. We'll probably get quite a few more people on here now that fucking pay-per-views over with. So real quick though, as a side note, because me and Mark and Rambo have all been doing these X-Files episodes here lately, I just started watching season 8 again. I watched the first 2 episodes, Within and Without, and they were a lot better. I told you this earlier than I thought that I even remember them being. Like so far, that season is going well. Like that was the first mythology part of it. And I didn't remember it being that just well made because the production values on those 2 episodes are outstanding. So,
yeah, that's what I was mentioning in the last episode we did. I can't believe it. It's kind of jaw dropping because I don't think the scope and scale of it like ever was like that before. I'm guessing they had a much bigger budget for season 8. I do remember one episode, like in the middle of the season, Robert Patrick said like that was the most money they had ever spent on an episode ever. They rebuilt like an entire like subway station, and it's like an underground tunnel system as well. So it was like an insanely huge set, and they blew a lot of money on that too. But that's one of the best episodes.
Yeah. So stay tuned for next week when we go through that whole season. So let's see here. Daniel says those are Dad standing around the grill to barbecue. Those are some fine media cases. That's right. What's going on, Carlos? Man. Odale. Sorry. I can't help it. I have to do it.
Especially with him, you can't.
Yeah. Alpha Romero says, oh, I didn't know this. Heyman caught a stone cold stunner from Spanky McFarland. All right, so before we get started though with actually like showing a lot of these releases, these physical media releases that we got one way or another, I wanted to ask about like something too for you guys. So like upcoming releases too. So I made a kind of like a brief list here of some of the bigger ones that are getting ready to come out, and I was just curious which ones or one of these that you guys would be most excited about. So you got the Martin 4K from Second Sight coming out soon. Hopefully they delayed it again, but it's coming out. House of Thousand Corpses the 20th anniversary edition with a giant like set. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, two different versions, the Dark Sky version and the Second Sight version.
I want that Second Sight one.
Same.
And I just threw this in there too because I thought it was interesting because Vinegar Syndrome, I think, are doing these. The Toxic Avenger 4K set. So of those, which ones are you guys like most excited about?
Texas Chainsaw for me. I mean, I agree with. I think that was Scott on the roundtable. He said like you shouldn't clean it up too much, but I'm just interested to see what they do with something like that. We're talking about a film that was damn near independently made. I mean, shot on a budget of nothing and probably on a film stock that wasn't much good.
Yep.
But it captured so much of that gritty like era of the 70s that you can't duplicate now. So I love, I mean, that's one of the biggest charms about the movie. I'm just interested to see what that remastered or upscale 4K looks like.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, other than the Second Sight release, I mean, the Dark Sky one's going to be equally as good, I think. But I think the overall packaging, I think the Second Sight's got a better packaging. But for me, between all the ones you listed off, I'm really interested in seeing that Martin 4K. I mean, it's been so long since that thing. It's been delayed again. And then there was one hope we could get, the extended cut. Well, then that kind of fell through. And I'm just still excited to see what that has entail. You also mentioned like just upcoming releases in the future. Another thing which is going to be kind of surprising. I'm kind of interested in seeing that August Underground trilogy set come out.
Oh Jesus, dude! Listen, I could go the rest of my natural life and never watch another one of those fucking movies ever again. Like we reviewed all those at one time, and I'm good. I'm
so
fine.
like here's why. So I was in middle school and a friend of mine was like, hey, you need to check this out. I watched Mortem. I didn't see any of the other ones. I got maybe like 10 15 minutes to it and I had to stop it. I was like 13 years old. I was like, okay, this is too much for me. And as I've gotten older, I'm just like, I kind of want to revisit, just see like how bad like
man, okay,
graphic it was.
I'm probably gonna get thrown off from YouTube just from like talking about these fucking things. But like, here's the thing about those movies that to me like sets them apart from other stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Because there was a time period there in the early 2000s where everybody was trying to like do the Hostel thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The thing that set them apart was not just the gore, and they actually had like a really good like effects artist, but they would hire people who would do all these weird fetish kind of things, like people that wanted to get vomited on and people that wanted all this weird stuff. And then they would incorporate that into the movie. So it's like, I don't know what you would say on the iceberg tier of like, hard to watch movies that is. But to me, it's like pretty up there. Yeah. Especially the one, I don't remember if it's Mortem that centers around like Christmas. There's one that has a Christmas scene in it, and they dress like a couple of like really young looking adults up like kids, and I'm just like, no.
Is that Redson Tower? They're all so blurred together because I haven't seen them since back, when they were like really big.
Somebody on here will know.
I can't remember. And I
somebody
don't
on
own
here will know
either. So yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, I'm good with never ever seeing that. I've just gotten to the point in my life where I'm like, no. Real quick though, Business Affairs says for him it would be Martin hands down.
Oh yeah.
Manic Exorcism, Toxic Avengers or Martin. Matt says the Toxic Avengers said, I'm actually really looking forward to that. If Vinegar Syndrome does that, then I will definitely buy it. I'm not buying it if Trauma does it because it'll look like pure garbage if they do. Let's see here. The Hitcher one. I forgot about that. Good call.
Yeah. That was good. Yeah. He took that right out of my mind. I was going to say the Hitcher and then the Near Dark 4K.
Yeah.
Those are like the two big ones.
I forgot about that one. Was it Studio Canal putting that out?
Last I saw, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's already one out that I'm really excited about. I think it's already out. Or it might be on pre-order. Naked Lunch.
That's pre-order for April, I think.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that one too. They always do a really good job on those sets like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mayor says that he's got. Let's see. I've got the Martin 4K and the Dark Sky 4K pre-ordered. The only thing I like is the second side at TCM. Honestly, don't like the artwork on that set. I didn't mind the artwork that much on the second side.
Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't either.
Let's see if anybody knows any of the questions related to August Underground is trash.
This is bad as Birdemic.
Uncle Bill seems to know a lot about fetishes. Maybe too much. Here we go. The third one, I knew somebody would know. The third one, Penance, is the Christmas theme one. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't ever watch that. If you ever have a choice, just avoid that one. So Matt does say that Vinegar Syndrome is doing the transfers and Trauma is releasing it. So if that's the case, that's a must buy first day.
Yeah, definitely.
So that being said, I guess we have reached the point where now we can just get into some of this packaging. So which one do you want to do first? Good, bad?
Let's just get the bad out of the way. I feel
all right.
Yeah.
Bad's I've got a stack.
There's a
of
lot.
Bad.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of bad actually. I think I only got like one. And Aaron, we were talking about this. Like, I just don't have much bad stuff. Now, if there is something, maybe you'll have it in your stack that I wouldn't have had in mind. But yeah, I only have one, and I think me and Ryan have the same one.
I've got some pretty bad stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
But now I guarantee you we're going to double up on some of these. So if you've got it,
style of packaging,
if you've got it, then just like show it. Like if somebody else does it first, so we just
Okay.
So go ahead, Rankins. Let's see what you got first.
Number one, the infamous snapper cases.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, this is Dracula has risen from the grave. I haven't upgraded it to the Warner Archive Blu-ray yet, but yeah. Just snapper cases, man. Like the first time I bought one, I think it was like that Freddy DVD set that came out back in like the early 2000s or so.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, oh, this is different casing. And then as soon as like, over time I wore out, the hinges and everything, and they're just cheap. Let me just put it that way. They're just straight.
You know what? I've got every one of those out in storage. I don't have a single one of those in this house, like in any of the shelves or anything like that, because you try to put them in your fucking shelf and you know what's going to happen, right?
They stick out.
They protrude out, or they push your other shit like too far over because of the way that they're made.
Yeah.
So they're awful to try to like store in any way like that to display, I guess I should say.
Oh yeah.
LA says snapper cases are the worst. I have a ton of crappy. Yeah, I do too, man. I've got a bunch of those out there.
Yeah, mine
Just
are all
awful.
put away. That's the thing. Like I have a huge like bin of those, and they're far like tucked away in the back closet. So I couldn't even get to those if I wanted to.
Yeah. All right, I'll do one real quick though. This is no particular order because I hate this whole thing. I hate that it exists. I hate the way that it's made. I hate the fact that it's basically the only thing that is made, and it just pisses me off to even look at it. And that's this fucking thing. Like, okay, this is Nightmare on Elm Street 1 through 6. No, 1 through 7. I'm sorry. 1 through 7. So this is it. This is the whole goddamn set. I hate when they do this shit like this too. So you've got like, one of these, one Blu-ray on each thing. And then in the back, you've got like the bonus disc. And this is all we have to commemorate. Really, all we have to commemorate Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yep.
That and snapper cases. Yep. That's pretty much it.
I hate this release. But there's another one that I hate even more that's actually a big franchise release too. But I just can't believe that this is it. I still have trouble. You've got like these huge Scream Factory editions of Halloween and Friday the 13th and all that, and then you've got this damn thing, which is one Blu-ray case and one the shittiest. Look at this.
Yeah. Yeah,
Covers.
I remember buying like the UK version of that one. And this was before because the Region 1 release wasn't out yet. And I jumped and I'm like, oh, they're on Blu-ray. I got to get this set. And I got it in the mail and I open it and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That's what, like, really? Everything's just jammed into this one little sleeve. Like, yeah, it's one of the worst sets for like a major franchise I think there is.
And the funny thing about that is that they were selling these like all over the place on like Hamilton Books and stuff for like $20 not too long ago. Like they're just super cheap because they're just crap. Like I don't think they probably cost anything to make. Yeah. Those little tabs, they always break on me. True cardboard enthusiasts hate the Nightmare on Elm Street set. Sets. Pablo says, isn't Slippy working on the 4K? I'm assuming that's what he means. 4K. 4K.
Let's hope.
Probably, but he'll never tell us that.
Right?
Yeah, this is a great point. We live in a world where Toxic Avengers will have a 4K, but not Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, they deserve a better release. You're right. I mean, anything, man. Damn, like, come up with anything better than that. But I have to own it.
I think the Never Sleep Again documentary is like, the case is a little bit bigger than that one.
Yeah.
Like, and it's only like
it is.
Disc, I think.
All right, Mark, what do you got? I know you don't got a lot, but.
No. So I'm sure people were happy that this came out again. And Ryan brought this to my attention because I wasn't paying any attention to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's right
People
behind me.
might be wondering why. And I'm going to show you in a second. So.
Oh, and if you don't show on yours, Mark, I'll show one of the biggest downfalls about this set.
Yeah.
I think I know why.
Is yours out of the box already? Mine's not.
Yeah, mine is. So
perfect. You take
over.
First
of all, you got to take the sphere out of the box to get to the movies.
Yep.
Then you get to this nice, lovely art, which again, I like the artwork.
Mm-hmm.
The slip's okay, but then you have this cheap, glossy cardboard digipack bowl that's held together by, if you can see, these two little rivet little things right there. And I've only had this set's been out for a little over a year now, and it's already coming apart right there. Like, see, the whole thing's just
Oh yeah,
really
I mean
apart.
it would after a little while, just kind of
And
I've only opened it maybe a handful of times. Yeah,
it's got such a cheap feel, like he said.
Now wait a minute, who put that out? Who released
Welco
that?
USA.
That's
All
right.
Then let me give you my companion piece to that fucking horse shit, which I was going to bring up anyway.
Oh, okay.
They also put out this
Mm-hmm.
bastard of a thing. Okay, so upon first look, right, it looks like, yeah, that'd be okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing really wrong with that or anything. I mean, it looks okay. It's glossy and the things. But what do? Because they have to be one of the worst like physical media companies out there. What do? They jam a fucking poster into this part. So then it's all buckled up. And the disc will just like fly out of it if you try to do anything.
Horrible.
There's a whole full-size poster just jammed inside this, okay? Not even like it when you open it up to like the disc, this is one of the earliest ones before they did the correction disc. It's not even this one in particular is the first one anyway, is just the same one that was in the fucking thing before. So there's nothing different about it whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
So they sent out correction discs for a lot of these, and I have got one somewhere, but I don't know where the fuck it is. I was just so mad that I stopped caring. But yeah, you can't do anything with the case anymore. It's completely useless. It's bent all to shit. And now I just jammed the poster back up into it. So Welgo, I
What
don't
the
know.
hell would they do with the poster if you don't get a slipcase? That's not always a guarantee.
I don't know, man. They
Like,
probably just jam it in there and like into the actual like Blu-ray, I would say.
Possibly, yeah.
Jesus.
But I mean, I don't know what made Costco really go with them of all people in the world to like put those
Like, 'cause it
out.
looks cheap, maybe.
It looks
Probably.
cheap. Yeah, it has to be. Uh, but anyway, here, let me look at some of these real quick. I'm going to bribe Slippy. Somebody wants to bribe Slippy to put out some Nightmare on Elm Street stuff. The mayor has the Arrow UK Phantasm.
That's the one to have, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of wish I had that, but the only thing is it is Region 2, so you're only going to be able to watch it at home if you got a Region 2 player, if a buddy has a Region 2 player, so.
Uh-oh. Alfa Romero says that it's definitely coming. It's as if he knows.
He's got the scoop.
He's got the...
He's talking about, I believe he's talking about the Night of the Living Dead 90.
That actually, Matt, I actually just read that they are doing something with that. I don't know if it's a 4K. They didn't say for sure, but I think it's the lady that plays Sarah Cooper in the movie just posted like on her Instagram that they did a bunch of interviews and stuff with her. So they are doing something. Sony is putting out something. She didn't say for sure though what it was exactly, but it's something's coming, and I can't wait because I'm a big fan of that one.
Me too. I love that movie. I've actually got I'm looking at the crew jacket from that movie right now. Like
That's
it's
awesome.
over here.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, oh god. Oh, this was a question that I actually wanted to ask you guys because I'm not entirely sure. Pablo asked, "Does Welgo still exist?"
Apparently, yeah.
Apparently, but I really don't know. They have only put out Train to Busan and I think Phantasm and maybe a few other like independent films, and that's about it.
Yeah. TJ asked too. I saw the cover art for this, but don't know anything about it. The Fred Heads documentary. Have you guys heard about this?
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched Garrett's interview with like I think it was the director and one of the people that's like I guess a producer on it or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looked pretty interesting. I have yet to watch it, but yeah, should be a fun time. And then there's also like the Robert Englund story documentary coming out in like June, I think. So some good documentary releases for Nightmare fans this year. If we can only get the damn 4K box set.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Yeah, I feel like maybe that's what this is all leading up to, but I don't know. A lot of times when they release stuff like that, it leads up to something else, but we'll see.
Yep.
It's funny that you mentioned this Manic Exorcism. It's funny that you mentioned this set. We'll find out later.
I've got the DVD version myself.
Yeah.
I've got the Blu-ray set actually.
Yeah, I mean it does come out fairly easy, but to be fair, for getting all the Universal Monster movies in this set, plus you get the nice little booklet and everything, I got this for like years ago. Oh God, like over 10 years ago for like $100 back in the day. So not terrible for DVD.
So who's up?
I guess me, unless
you up?
Well, Mark was going over Phantasm and I had it too, but I had it out. So
yeah.
Mark wants to do another one or me, whatever.
Yeah, it's on you guys. I mean, I'd probably start doing best stuff at this point, but
okay.
I'm sure you guys got more worse stuff, so we probably could just finish with that.
Okay. Well, so I have to say the packaging on this one, Mark, I showed this one earlier to you. I love the artwork and everything on it, but I just hate the execution on this. Uncle Bill, have you seen the Criterion edition of Godzilla?
No, I have not.
So look at this. It's bigger than my head.
Amazing artwork.
Wider than my face, but it's amazing artwork. It's a book. Like, holy crap.
That I have never seen that. That's badass.
It's got awesome artwork and stuff. It goes over like the films, but the major downfall, other than number one, it doesn't fit on a shelf because how big it is. I mean,
what the fuck are you gonna do with it? Like,
exactly. I guess grease it up and shove it somewhere. But this right here is where you put all your discs at. Like right here, for example, they slide in, and there apparently was a issue with the glue on these for some people, and the discs would literally slide in between the back of the book and also in between holders there. But thank God I found a guy on Etsy who makes custom Blu-ray cases for all of them.
Oh, nice.
So now I can put them with the rest of my movies instead of having to dig them out of this big old thing. Granted, I like the book concept and everything, but
Yeah.
they make it a little bit smaller.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they were really looking at it from that perspective of like, what are you going to do with that? How are you going to store it? Yeah.
Right.
It's pretty cool, the idea, though.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Oh, I didn't know this. Alyssa Milano, star of Teen Wolf 3, says, Wellgo went under after that godforsaken Phantasm catastrophe. They posted it was over $1 million loss.
Holy cow.
Really?
Thank God.
What a loss.
Man. Yeah, we all miss Wellgo.
Yeah.
Business of Fear says that Godzilla set was such a big deal when it came out. Some of the nerds were cramming their pants over it.
I was one of them. I will admit, I'm a huge Godzilla nerd. So. But again, here's the thing. So, and you got to think about it this way. You could pay at the time, I think it was $125, $140 for this set. Okay. And some of these movies in this set were out of print, long out of print. And you would pay about that much just for one single DVD. They're all on Blu-ray, fully remastered. So that's why I was freaking out. Because some of them I didn't have.
It's awesome, man. Like I can completely see why people would freak out about it.
Yeah. How much was the set?
So I got it for like $125 on sale.
Okay. And then you
Joe
got
Jack,
how many movies in there?
There's like 16 films on there.
Okay.
It's the whole Showa era from like 1950, 54 to 75.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, some of those do not have the American dubs on them. Some of them do, but most of them are Japanese with the subtitles. Because on some of those films, you know, they come over here to the U.S., they get cut up and stuff, or the dubs just weren't that good.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. I've been dying to show this because I've talked about this a million times. And it's censored, thankfully. But just in case. So this is Severin, and this is their release. This is like a special edition release.
I have that same slipcover.
Yeah, of a movie called Bloody Moon that I'm pretty sure was a Jess Franco movie.
Yeah, it's Jess Franco.
And here's the problem. Every one of these, and I've got 2 of these fucking covers now, right? You could order the slip covers separately. And when they came, they were folded completely flat. And then you had to put it on. Every one of them that I've gotten, both of them, has done this shit right here.
Oh.
I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
Wow.
It splits.
Uh-huh.
It splits all the way down the spine on any of these that I've got.
I've never had that happen. I have a lot of them. I have a lot of the slips, and hell, even like, you know, the dick demon that I have is still upright. Like, I don't know, Uncle Bill.
You've been feeding it Viagra, Mark? Like, is that what it is? You giving it blue chew?
I'm gonna get my replacement dick demon some way or another. I'm gonna figure it out. Although I've got to say that there's something about that particular dick demon that is hilarious to display because it's like fucking Moonwalker, you know?
Yeah,
Michael Jackson style. But I've got another one of these, not this particular even movie, but I've got another Severin release. It's Midnight with the with the other cover, the alternate cover that does the exact same thing. So I know it's Severin, and whatever the shit is that they're using for these alternate slip covers.
Uh-huh.
And they suck ass. So you highly need to stay away from anything like this that Severin puts out. And stay away from their dick demon because it'll eventually be crooked.
Oh. So I've got an interesting one from Mill Creek.
Oh God. That says it all, really.
So again, early to mid 2000s, I think. I was maybe about, when did this come out? Okay, this came out in 2009. So
Kentucky.
But so it is a 50 movie special feature. It's got, a lot of
God.
public domain movies.
Yeah.
But what's a pain about this? It's not the fact that it's got this giant case or anything, but every single movie is in a CD sleeve, and you have to basically go through all of these. And on top of that, too, there's 2 movies, so there's one on one side, one on the other. So you have to literally sit there and be like, oh, what's on this disc?
I think I have that, actually.
Oh, Phantom of the Opera on one side? What's on the other side? Oh, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Like,
I hate any of those discs like that where they put like a movie on each side. Like that was a big thing there for a while back in the day.
But look how many discs they are.
Yeah.
I mean, there's...
Yeah.
There used to be a lot of those like that, though. I own a couple of them. Not that particular set, but like other sets.
There's
like
a black and
discs.
There's like a black and green one where it's like 50 movies, all horror titles, but again, it's all public domain stuff.
Yeah,
and the inside of it is like just some of the worst like packaging ever.
I tried to sell it years ago at like one of those secondhand bookstores, and they just looked at me and was like, "Nah, we're good."
Nope. No.
Well, yeah, but still, I mean, for $10, I'm not going to dig through all that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Business Affairs says the Andy Sedaris 12 DVD says exactly like that too. Also from Mill Creek. Sorry ass. I will say Andy Sedaris is a pretty cool dude, or was he passed away? I can't remember, but he was a pretty cool dude because he sent like a ton of stuff back to me through the mail one time. This just kind of came out of nowhere. Death to Flippers. Yep.
Let's do them.
Joe Jack says he's not a fan of media books, just in general.
Okay, well, I mean, if you don't like it, you don't like it, man.
Wow, I have a ton of media books.
Yeah,
is there any reason in particular? Yeah, like type why. I want to know why. Give me a reason. What's wrong with media books?
He just wants you to know.
Is it
like right off the bat?
Or, like, give me something. I love me some media books.
Well, we have passed over 100 people watching this now, so I'm like,
especially at 11:46 at night.
Awesome. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, the nighttime is the right time. We got to do this more like later on in the evening, especially after WWE pay-per-view. I want them assholes that still call it like WWF. Oh, no. Oh, God, no.
It's Metal Man.
Is this how to try and grow a beard channel? Thumbs down.
Hey, I just shaved like a few days ago, all right?
Buddy, fuck you.
Same. I shave my stuff, man. I can't...
Steve Peekaboo says that he uses the ring in the middle of flipping disc for sexual pleasures. That's nice.
Do you spit on it first, though? That's the question.
I did not know that, Rambo. So roundabout when we first started doing...
oh, wow.
He says, Rambo says Andy Sedaris died in 2007. Roundabout when we first started doing horgraphs, which is what it was really called, we would send like autographs through the mail. This was about 2003 to 2000, I'd say 6 or 7. He sent me a ton of stuff back about a lot of his movies that he was doing. So that's messed up. I don't even want to know. Support the pit. That's right. Work the graveyard shift. Dare anyone to put a Blu-ray case back inside a VSA box? It's a struggle every time. That's actually accurate too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, this is a classic. This is, I mean, in terms of shit, it doesn't get any more classic. And I've never even opened this, and I probably never will. This damn thing.
One of the best covers ever.
This was the beginning. Artwork. This was the beginning of the. We're going to put 4,000 leaves on everything in these damn things, and just make it look like there's a leaf blower like right behind him, just shooting that shit up into his back.
I never understood why they didn't just use the original artwork.
Right? Like they're doing now, like with this one, for example.
Exactly.
My biggest gripe is just it's a basic 4K. They're wanting so much money for it, and there's nothing new about it. That's
No.
my biggest gripe.
And I was gonna buy that, but I was like, what the fuck? Why?
I didn't have it on Blu-ray. That's the only reason why I bought it.
Yeah. And they're doing that a lot. I mean, a lot of these companies too. You look at Synapse is doing that more and more. Freaking Screen Factory is the king of doing that shit. Just taking like old titles, not changing anything on them, putting them out in 4K. Arrow is doing it now. It's some of the Arrow stuff is doing it.
Yeah.
At least their packaging is better, but they're not changing a whole hell of a lot in any of like the releases or anything.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Lucio Inferno wants me to please God let Brian on the podcast. If I wanted to, just to deal with pure chaos and like shit that would get us kicked off of here, I'd do that. LA Jewel says he likes the Halloween boxes. Well, I'm sorry.
I mean the outer box material is fine.
Yeah.
It's
the
secure.
box itself is fine.
Yeah.
It's this horse shit that's on it that's awful. I mean,
yeah, you can't tell me you like that artwork. Come on.
The Manic Action says, I feel sorry for you for owning that. What were you thinking? I'm sorry. Oh, let's see. Halloween 2, Autumn Comes Home Tonight. The Tony Moran stuff was must-see TV. Yeah,
yes.
It still is.
Especially if you haven't seen the uncut version on Patreon. Oh my God.
You ain't going to be seeing that anymore. Not very soon.
Not soon, so see it while you can.
By the way, I'm just out of curiosity, because this is driving me nuts. Can you copyright a fucking stream? Because if that's the case...
I don't think so.
That doesn't even make any sense.
I've never heard of anybody doing that. I mean, granted, it is like on their channel or whatever, but still, like...
You're putting something out on YouTube where anybody can watch it. It's not like it's a paid thing or anything like that.
Yeah.
Right.
So how do you copyright something that I don't understand that.
I don't think you can, honestly. I've never heard of that.
I think it's a bunch of bullshit too, but whatever, we'll see.
Like, unless you're like a major company doing like, media uploads or something like that, maybe, but because, it's copyrighted content from the company, but like they're podcasters, but that's not a company.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It's pure exploitation. That's worse. All right, what else you got?
So I'm a huge Vincent Price fan, and growing up and stuff, it was hard to kind of come across some of those older movies for me, especially here in northeastern Tennessee. But one day, out of all places, Ollie's Bargain Outlet had these. So it's a set with 6 Vincent Price movies. However, what's odd is it's got this weird case. You got to slide this sucker off, and then it's got 2 discs, like 2 cases, one with 4 movies and one with 2.
Yeah.
That's just weird. Instead, why not do something like what Shout Factory did, Screen Factory, and just put it all like on one case like that? That is a very weird setup. First of all, you have to open it like a damn coffin case or something. Yeah.
And then you've got like one that has 4 and one that has 2.
That's sort of like the reverse of what Arrow did back in the day with this one. You guys remember this one?
I can't. Which one is that one?
It's the Argento set.
Argento set.
Oh my God! Hey, can you send that to me? I just wanted to grade that for you.
And then like it comes out like that, and then you got some art in the back, and then you have all your cases. Look at that.
All
this stuff. Like how hard
I'm
is
just
that?
happy that most companies do this. Just put them all in cases.
Right.
Like,
and then of course
much easier.
You get posters inside each one.
Of course, yeah.
Awesome. Like,
but if you ever want that graded though, you can send it to me. I'll be happy. I'll send it right back.
I remember when this thing was really cheap. It was so cheap, and I'm like, I gotta get this. Like, I love Arrow. I mean, most of the stuff that I consider some of the best releases would be Arrow when it comes to packaging. Like, they just do such an excellent job. They always have. And honestly, I still think they're like the kings of releases, but Vinegar Syndrome's catching up. I would say like they're pretty close behind.
Yeah, I definitely put those two like right up there right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know who I don't put up there? Those Severn. That shitty fucking shit they're doing.
That's gonna be one of my next ones to pull.
Go ahead and pull it.
Okay. So, I mean,
I'm curious,
for
which
one, I like the hard shell casing of this. My problem is just getting the discs out. So, this is with the same thing with the Incredibly Strange Ray Dennis Deckler set and the Andy Milligan box set, but also the Al Adamson box set.
Which, by the way, that's impossible to find now. So good on you. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And no, I will not be sending this to grade, Uncle Bill, either.
Are you sure? I just like somebody said on here, I just want to lick the box a little bit if you want to.
Well, listen, I'll meet up with you somewhere nearby and I'll let you smell it.
That's fine.
Okay.
This whole thing, if anybody's listening to this on a podcast, they'll be like, what?
What are they talking about? Sniffing what? But
Mm-hmm.
my biggest gripe right here, you open it up and the discs are like already starting to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of it a little bit, and I haven't even opened it up all the way, but which I get why they did it this way in book form, because I mean there's literally I think it's like 16 discs in this thing, which is outrageous. But just I don't know, I'm not a fan of any of these like where the discs slide in the pages or anything like that, and on top of that too, again where they're already sliding out whenever I pull it out, it just I can't stand it.
Yeah,
I got lucky in this one.
I actually thought about this a second ago when y'all were talking about this. I'm curious what you think about this comment here, because I kind of agree with this in a way, but in a way, like, I don't know. Here we go. Ragnar666 says that Arrow was better 10 years ago when they first came out with those white window box sets, which I
got those right here, buddy.
I actually love those.
I got a ton of them right here.
Yeah. That particular style, yeah.
This is Maniac Cop. Sorry, the reflection. I got all these lights on.
Yeah.
So that's Maniac Cop. And then, of course, there's the reversible sleeves. Tenebrae. You guys could even see that. Yeah. And then one of Uncle Bill's favorites. You got to have this one.
I do have that one, yeah.
Oh, do you?
Yes, I actually do have that one.
Okay. And then Day of the Dead. Can't not have Day.
You know what? I've got a screener copy of that without the case that Arrow sent to us to review. They just sent like a little plastic thing with the Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah, these were amazing. I have a bunch more, but I didn't want to bring the whole shelf.
Right. No, I love those, man. I love that style. Yeah. But now, for example, when we haven't got to the good yet, but shit, we'll have to wait till I get to the good. Anyway, the newer stuff that they're putting out in the box sets are, to me, comparable to those. I just like the look of those in general more than any of the other stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then just all the little stuff they put. I mean, they got this really nice, got your comic in there. The posters, reversible stuff. I mean, and then, of course, the prints are always great.
I agree with the mayor on that Day of the Dead. It definitely needs 4K treatment.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
How many bad ones do you guys have left? Because I have 3.
I have 3.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, you guys go. I'm just like interjecting with the good stuff to throw off the bad, I guess.
So since you want me to do it real quick, though, because this is actually a DVD, and I don't really have anything against this other than it has the shittiest cover art some of the shittiest cover art for a great movie that I've seen. And we were just talking about this movie, too. And this company was notorious for doing this shit around this time, too. Lionsgate Martin cover.
I had that DVD for the longest time. I could not understand.
What even? That's just awful. It's just like one of the. They did this style like this. I don't know what you would call this particular style. I'm not an artist or anything, but like a lot of their stuff would either come out and it would be like the floating heads covers, or it would be like this, where it really didn't capture anything at all about the movie that much. And it was just kind of the most basic black and white shit ever. I hate this, but it's not going to matter here in about what a month and a half anyway.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I sold mine off. Like once I
Yeah.
heard it was coming out, I was like, buy DVD.
Yes, that's right, Horror Critic. I forgot about that. If I still had that, I'd mention that too. The horrible Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2
Are you
cover.
talking about the one with like Dennis Hopper on the cover, or like the
No,
white
no,
looking saw?
the white one that just had like the
Oh,
saw like
God.
on there or whatever.
Mhm.
Yes.
But the Dennis Hopper
The
one was pretty
gruesome
bad,
edition.
too. Yes, the gruesome edition.
So
yeah.
gruesome.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
It was a lenticular cover too.
Brutal and badass.
So this one is not horror related, but I think it was the 40th or 45th anniversary edition. Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver.
Yes, I have that one.
My biggest gripe with this is where it's like it's supposed to be kind of like a book, I guess, but it's a trifold, weird looking thing. For one, you can already see like where it's kind of this big old gap right there. Then on top of that, right on the spine, because of it, you can see like all this damage. I don't know if you can see it very well, but then like, why? Why do you need all this and all this like crap in there? I don't get it.
Who put that one out?
That was one of the studio labels. I think it was Sony. Yeah, Sony Pictures.
I remember when that came out. I think I might have that in there actually. But it's one of the many that I've never opened.
Actually, I've never opened mine either. Mine is still sealed, and I've had that for like over, I feel like 10 years maybe.
I think it's been out for at least like 5 or 6 years. It's got to be between like 40th and 45th anniversary edition. I can't remember when Taxi Driver came out.
It's weird with Sony. Like they'll do some of the best editions, like
that Fright Night.
To. Well, yeah.
The Steelbook.
I have kind of a love-hate relationship with like some of those releases that they've done. So put it this way, there's no reason like Vinegar Syndrome stuff should be looking better than like these major studio releases. Like for example, like Death Wish 2, if anybody in the chat has that 4K looks insane. It looks incredible. Yeah, it just it's like, I guess maybe it's a thing where they're doing it from like the inner positive or the original negative, maybe even. So maybe that makes a bit more of a difference. But with some of these big companies like Sony, why are they not doing that? Like, why can't you just do an original negative print? And if it says that it is on there, that I like the Fright Night 4K, but it's not as good as a movie that looks older. Like, why does Death Wish 2 look better than the Fright Night 4K? That shouldn't be a thing. And that's an older movie. So, yeah, I don't get it.
Jack Frost just mentioned that Ichi the Killer blood bag apparently sprung a leak like his edition. You know what else was bad? Those Saw DVDs, like with the fake blood and like saw blades floating in them too.
Yep. You know what else was bad too?
You mentioned that. I have one right here.
Oh God, here we go.
But mine still works. So
that's amazing, dude.
I actually like that they did stuff like that. Hold on, let's give it a test and see if it works. Where's the button? Here it is.
Oh, does it spin or something?
Yeah.
You thought it was over, but the games have just begun.
I mean, like, that's cool.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like the ones like
works.
where it's just like the liquid and like saw blades just floating around, bouncing. You know, like it's Pong or something.
Yeah, I miss stuff like this, honestly. I mean, I'm not that big of a Saw guy, but I bought this just because it did that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty cool, I will say.
One more time, Mark. One more time.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Does it play something else?
It probably
no,
does.
it's just that one.
It's just that one. Oh.
Tagline. Hold on.
You thought it was over, but the games have just begun.
So cool.
Now, is that the actual like disc that's spinning in it?
No, it's
that would
like
be killer.
It's like a whole like, so if you guys can see, so the movie is underneath this top thick piece right here. Can you guys see that?
Okay.
You see that? Like it's underneath. So there's a whole like second layer that's over it, and then it has a motor in it, a voice box, and then they have this cardboard cutout of a saw blade that actually spins that they set to a motor. Like,
damn.
They don't even do stuff like this anymore.
They went all out for one of the shittiest movies.
I know, right? And this is Saw 4. It's not even the first movie.
It's like that's one of the worst. Jack Frost says, "What the fuck?" That's it. Meg Ekstrom says it's killer.
Yeah,
That
it's
horror
cool,
critic
but-
says like a cool feature for the shittiest movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
She
And,
just saw
you
me.
guys saw it's not open. Like I have no desire to open Saw 4.
I was going to bring this up too, and I've got a couple of these, but I didn't bring them out. The Book of the Dead, like falling apart and all that shit. Are you're all still holding up? Because mine is.
I
Mine are
don't
great.
have one.
Oh, okay.
Mine are still great. I don't know what it is about certain things like that. Like you said, like your Severin stuff was falling apart.
Yeah.
But like I've heard a million people say, like, oh, my Necronomicons are falling apart. They're crumbling into dust. And mine still look great. Like they still look brand new.
Yeah, mine is
should've
fine,
brought 'em
but
out.
yeah, CK's is actually like one of the ones that he said like something happened to it where like the jacket was falling apart and they like turned into dust or something like that or some sort of like yeah. So I didn't have that problem with that one either though for whatever reason.
My I think it's the Australian release. I should have brought it out. It has the Kandarian dagger in it.
Yes, yeah.
And it's the Book of the Dead, but it's got like all the movies plus like the remake. So
That's cool.
yeah, it's a really nice set.
Captain Horror's in here, boys. He says, "What's up, fellas? Six Stream tonight. I'm curious. Do any of you own the Total Recall DVD that was the house in the tin that resembles Mars?
I have
never
that.
know.
I have that in the other
Damn,
room.
Mark, you're like Garrett 2.0 now. You're like you got all this shit.
Yeah, I might take a trip while you guys talk about something and like grab some more stuff. But like,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, you got to find that because this particular call out too.
I also have the Basic Instinct release where it's the ice pick. You guys
Yeah.
remember that?
I do remember that.
On mine.
He's so wrong.
Yeah.
He's talking about the fucking book of the day. Yeah, that helps.
Guess it keeps from drying up.
All right, I'll do one real quick though. This is just a two-parter, and this is Vinegar Syndrome. I just hate. Sometimes Vinegar Syndrome gets like too big for their fucking britches. I just hate the artwork on a lot of these. So this is one of their older releases, Death Row Game Show, which is pure trash. Just that cover is just awful. And then this is a newer one that I think is a partner label, which is some of the shittiest. It is. It's OCN. Some of the shittiest. Like I got this and I was like, my God, like
Satan's Menagerie.
that's
What
just,
in the world is that?
that's just bullshit, is what it is. It's a partner label release, but like, look at that cover. It looks like something that like Ed Wood would fucking put out or something, you know?
I can see it.
Yeah.
God. Anyway, there's that.
Okay. So I've got two more left here. So this one, I love this release, but I also hate it. And the number one reason why I hate it, it's so daggone big. It takes up a whole shelf. That Shawscope set. Same
Now, how you going to talk shit about that?
I am, because it takes up a whole shelf. And then again, the same problem that I had before.
I've seen people
but
complain
every
about that
single
online.
disc.
Yeah,
in a page
that's
like
not
that.
a great way to do that. Yeah.
But I love the movies. I mean, the packaging is cool and stuff, but at the same time, too, if I want to pull out a kung fu movie, and then on top of that, too, just the fact it takes up a whole shelf. I mean, especially if you got limited shelf space. I mean, either you got to put it on the top of your shelf or you got to put it on an empty shelf, and there goes that space.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was that huge, though.
I mean, literally, it's, for comparison, there's my head.
Fun City, it does have a bunch of ugly shit on their slipcovers, too, by the way. This is a good idea. The mayor says he would love it if Vinegar Syndrome would put those Ghana posters on their slips.
You know who is someone I could see doing that? TerrorVision. I could see TerrorVision doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
Ryan Reface, the owner of it, he's got a bunch of, those Ghana posters, hanging up in his shop and stuff. So I could definitely see that happen. Or, an artwork or, slipcase or something. Which, for my final crappy one, just of course, because they lied to us. Because they lied to us.
I had that one, and I was like, somebody else is going to get that one. They're going to bring it.
Yeah, I figured that would be on
somebody.
somebody's list. I didn't bring mine out either.
But that's the only reason why.
So
and also, that's pricey.
Yeah, it's a bullshit set that's way too expensive.
Yeah. But that's the end of my.
Here's my final one, and hear me out on this, okay?
Okay.
Because some people might disagree with it. Some people, I just fucking hate it. I'm not even gonna lie. You remember this thing?
I just had that up.
Yeah, he did. He had that earlier.
God, you had this earlier?
Yeah, I was showing it when he was showing
He just had like the inner part of it. He didn't have like the whole case.
Oh my God! Like what the hell? First of all, what the fuck is
I know.
this?
We got our wristbands for Camp Lake.
And second of all, you gonna talk about something that's hard to like put anywhere on a shelf. Like, not only is it a big metal fucking clanky box, but it's embossed, which makes it impossible to sit next to anything because it sticks out about what, an inch, which makes it, if you try to put anything flat against it, it's going to push it out and make it look ridiculous. Not to mention the fact that the way that it's set up is these damn, just like you were showing earlier,
Yep, those digibooks.
It's just
or whatever they
awful.
call them. Oh my gosh, yeah.
I think I got Kane Hodder to sign this thing. Let me see.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Now this, I've got this book right behind me over here, the Crystal Lake Memories book, which is awesome. That is probably the best book on any kind of franchise like that. That's
for sure.
But anyway, fuck. Thanks.
Did it also come with like a patch too?
Yes, it's got all kinds of shit.
Patch.
And these.
Yeah, it's got
3D glasses. Yep.
You gotta watch part 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to.
By the way, I defy you to watch part 3 with these shitty glasses and then like say it's in 3D.
Ooh.
But this is actually pretty cool. The patch.
Yeah.
What's
If
funny
anybody,
though is
if anybody wants the ultraviolet code for this, I've got that too.
Oh, nice.
Just let me know.
What's funny is I heard a rumor. So Waxwork Records, they were selling those Camp Counselor patches identical to that, and there was a rumor that they were just like selling like the extra ones from that set.
They probably were.
I guarantee you.
That sounds about right.
So
all right,
on to best.
Yeah. So Mark, you go first because something tells me you got all kinds of shit.
And on top of that too, we kind of took over the worst part. I feel like at least.
No, yeah, I mean that's fine. Like I said, I didn't have much. Most of the like worst stuff would be DVD stuff, and
That's true.
All my DVD stuff is like put away, so that's pretty hard to get to. We were Ryan, you were talking about Sony, and I think for packaging, they just don't like region one. Like they'll do a steel book or something like that, but they don't do stuff like this. So this is the Maniac limited edition. You guys can see
wow.
that. How awesome is that cover? But that's not even the best part. Look at the so it's like a VHS
It's
tape.
a VHS tape, yeah.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
And it's loaded with features. And again, artwork is just fantastic. Now, this is put out by Sony. Why don't we get this Region 1?
That's the
somebody answer that.
So, Mark,
yeah,
if you want to send that to me,
yeah, send that to me. I
I'll
mean,
borrow it.
I don't know if you can't tell, but I'm kind of a big fan.
I got the poster in my bedroom too, so I know where you're coming from.
I've actually got it framed right behind me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that's probably one of my favorite slasher posters ever. Like, it's just so iconic.
So, okay, Ragged, you go.
Okay, so I have just been a fan of Vinegar Syndrome's 4Ks, like packaging wise. I just love these magnetic cases, like on Six String Samurai.
I do too.
I mean, it is kind of a pain if you don't have this little tab here, to get your movie out.
Yeah.
But I mean, just the packaging overall, you got the nice booklet. You've got, of course, your movie with your slipcase. And then on top of that too, the artwork on the inside is awesome too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty sturdy stuff too. It's not some cheap slipcase or cheap cardboard.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
This was my favorite.
Cloak and Dagger.
Oh,
I mean, in terms of like the inside, what it looked like and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is still probably my favorite artwork that they did, at least for like a box like this. Like it's just.
I mean, you got to give it to Vinegar Syndrome, man. Like,
Yeah.
I know they put out a whole bunch of crap, and it's a lot of crap, really.
Mm-hmm.
But the packaging is second to none. Like, they really go all out.
Oh yeah. And then, well, they have the other style of hard box ones that they do, and I don't know if you guys have any, but here's Summer of '84. You guys probably got this, right?
I don't have that one.
Okay. Well, it like comes out of the side,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still a really like sturdy hard box. You can tell it's not cheap. And then artwork wise, they always do a good job, as we all know. So
we're going to get a room tour, Mark, soon?
Maybe once I get over like 1,000 subs, I'll do it like Garrett did.
There you go.
Yeah,
He's got to put up all of his related
stuff
paraphernalia
over
before he gets into the room tour. Let's see. Yeah, they really have. It says Vinegar Syndrome's been knocking it out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
Just needs some more Hong Kong Cat 3 films. I'm still waiting for Undeclared War to ship, by the way.
I'm with you, Jack Frost. I'd like to get in some more Cat 3.
Don't even fucking get me started on this shit, because I don't even want to. These damn Scream popcorn buckets.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like when McDonald's put out those fucking the Halloween buckets, and people were like driving all over the place, like trying to get all up. I'm not going through that shit again. I don't
have you
shit.
seen on Instagram they have the stabby meal?
It's like a Happy Meal, I saw that.
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, it's Scream 6 themed like Happy Meal, but it's not for McDonald's. It's for a different food chain. I can't remember the name of it.
It's some like, I guess, like independent food chain or some sort of like one of these like pop-up ones or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That's a pretty cool idea, though. But as for those buckets, though, if I find one of those somehow or another, like God willing, I'll get them. I'm not paying anybody $100 to $150 for.
That's how much those things are going still.
Yeah, on eBay right now. I'll go look it up.
I got a which one? I guess I'm selling it.
No, not those. I'm talking about the Scream ones.
Oh,
the Scream. Yeah.
You said the boo buckets. I'm thinking, wait, what?
No, I don't know if those are good for anything. I got like 10 of them damn things now. All right, who's next?
I think it'd be you.
All right, I can't keep up with anything. This is probably my favorite. I don't know why, but it just always has been.
Oh man.
So yeah, this is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre German release, and it's the one thing that's killer about this, other than the fact that it's shaped like a chainsaw and like is awesome.
That is
the fact that it comes with like all of the documentaries. So it's got the Shocking Truth, Family Portrait, all the interviews and outtakes, all the bonus features on here and everything it comes with as well. And so you open it up and it's got the disc in there, and it's easy to get out. It's not like it's, one of the ones where it just falls out of the damn thing or anything like that. Like it's actually pretty safely secured.
Yeah.
So this has always been one of my favorites.
I had a chance to buy that off of a guy, and he held it for me for a long time. And I kept buying other stuff and hesitating. And I'm like, I'm going to get it. And I never did. And I still regret it to this day that I never bought one of those.
Yeah.
Especially as a big chainsaw fan.
Talk about something that's hard to display, by the way, though. Like, I mean, essentially you have to either like open it up halfway and then set it on top of something like a counter or something like that, or like you get some sort of a rubber hook or a plastic hook and try to like.
I was thinking that,
yeah, do it that way. Anyway, who's up next?
Be Mark.
Who's next? Goldberg comes out and spears him off his chair.
Give me 1 second. It's gonna take
Dilberg.
Hold on.
Gilbert.
Ryan, you might have to go because it's going to take me a second to get this.
Okay, well, I can go then.
He's going to the chamber. The elimination chamber. He's going fucking.
So, I don't know what it is about these, but the limited edition releases that Arrow puts out, I love these. I mean, especially this one in particular.
I've got that right here too.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So, for one, with this edition, it's the 4K limited edition of Henry, which is one of my absolute favorite movies of all time.
It's an awesome movie.
But one of the things I thought that was really cool with this release, I mean, on top of, the basic book, the double-sided poster that comes with the artwork done by Joe Coleman, it also comes with this book here, which is the original storyboards for the entire movie. And, just all throughout the whole thing. And there's actually a feature, too, I think, that actually plays some of the storyboards, if I'm not mistaken, with audio from the movie, which is kind of cool, just to be able to sit back and just look at that and how they were able to take that from, storyboard to screen.
Yep.
But speaking of those as well, one last one, another favorite of mine is The Last House on the Left.
Yes.
I've got that one in there. I was going to bring
great.
that one too. Yeah.
Yeah. Got that one for $25.
That's awesome.
Yep. It was hilarious too. I went with a friend of mine. We were going shopping at the secondhand store, and back behind the counter they have all their rare or new stuff that just came in, and all I literally saw was this right here from about 15 feet away, and I'm just like, excuse me, is that Last House on the Left the Arrow limited edition? And the guy's like, let me go look and see. Oh, why, yes it is. It's $25. I was like, I'm buying it.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend's like, what the hell, man? I said, what? He's like, I didn't even see that. And I said, well, you need to get your eyes checked.
That is one of the better, because it has the soundtrack with it and everything, which, by the way, that soundtrack is one of the better soundtracks in any movie like that.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, it's got multiple cuts in it. It's got the original theatrical cut, the uncut, and then the Krug and Company cut.
So tell me something. I've got two of these, by the way. One of them's unboxed and one of them is now. Yes, any of these are amazing.
Yes.
Any of these. So yeah, you got Phenomena, you got freaking Deep Red, you got Tenebrae. They all come with a really awesome book, booklet inside, and the actual when you open up there's usually lobby cards or something like that with them too.
Yep.
But these sets, man, are probably some of my favorites that they've ever put out.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got all of these, except I don't have Cat o' Nine Tails for some reason. I don't know why. It's just one that I'm always overlook. But yeah. These are some of my favorites in terms of just kind of that style of packaging.
Mm-hmm.
What you call them, the box.
Yeah, I have
hard box
of those.
Yeah,
I think I have all the Arrow ones. And shout out to Synapse.
Yeah,
yes.
I think they get overlooked as a company, and they always have done a tremendous job. Be it with not having anything defective.
Yep.
Always having the print be as pristine as possible. Packaging, you name it, shipping, customer service, whatever it is, they're always on top of their game. So shout out to Don May.
Yeah, that
and
guy's
Jerry.
amazing.
Oh yeah, Jerry too. Can't forget about Jerry.
So Mayor says he went with the Synapse of Phenomenon and Tenebrae. Joe Jack says that do you like the Arrow Argento over the Synapse?
I mainly just got the Synapse ones because they're region A. I typically go for if it's a region A, unless if it has some killer artwork or some special features or something different about it that makes it stand out. Between the Arrow ones, I mean, the artworks are nice on those, don't get me wrong, but I mean, if it's going to be, region A, and it might be even cheaper to get in some cases than you're trying to import it from the UK, I'm going to go with the region A versions.
I think they're both equally pretty badass.
Yeah, they equally are, for sure.
This is a new guy. Glib Glob 87 says The Gates of Hell is a trilogy, not a quadrilogy, or whatever you called it in that old video. Quit lying to the people.
Well, no, do you not know of The Gates of Hell 2? What are you talking about?
Yeah, man.
The Gates of Hell is a trilogy, not a quadrilogy, or whatever you called it in that old video. Quit lying to the people. I am so sorry, sir. I have I have spoken mistruths
We
to the
all
people.
have, but apparently you get shunned the most more than anybody else you be, and it's okay.
You know what I regret the most is the damage I've done to the people, though.
Yeah.
Through this propaganda. But anyway, enough of that horse shit. Here's one, and this is probably my favorite limited edition title that Vinegar Syndrome released in terms of the packaging.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've wanted that slipcase so bad.
So,
I wish I had got on that when I
Same.
saw it.
This is the Slaughterhouse one that comes apart and like his image is in it, like when you take it out.
Yeah.
That's just a badass idea.
Yeah.
Like I got to give him credit for that. So yeah, there's your Buddy Bacon.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, that's and Vinegar Syndrome's got a lot of awesome like slips like that. The one for the Undertaker is pretty badass too.
Yeah, so the coffin shape, like silhouette or like clear
I have
plastic.
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get that one if I get enough points.
They still have the slip, or is it still? Are they rotating it or what?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I had heard one person say they're rotating it. One person say no, they're just gonna add more to it. So who knows?
I got you.
We'll see.
I got you.
All right, Mark.
All right. So this is one I'm sure a lot of guys in the chat have. If not, you missed out. I don't know if they have a cut of this available elsewhere.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
This is one of the best releases that I think Arrow did. Like, I love the longer version of it, which I think it's called the integral cut.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And it's got the extra footage, which expands the story a little bit. So here you have the needle, and then it folds out.
Nice.
Yeah. So I mean, for a movie that like I always thought would just get a bare bones release and never have an extended cut where the extended scenes are actually integral to the plot, and I think help move the plot forward a little bit better than before. The whole thing where he can inject the serum and it has like specific effects that are not mentioned in the other cut at all.
Uh-huh.
And he sort of becomes addicted to it. I love that cut of the movie. It's the only cut that I watch now. Yeah, it's just a fantastic release. I mean, they did an amazing job with this. But yeah, that's Reanimator.
Speaking of Reanimator, though, I wonder if those Reanimator ones that they came out with that had the needles with the goo in them that Anchor Bay did, if those fucking things still held up, or if that stuff just kind of
still have mine on the shelf.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Does it still like green, or is it just like turned into some sort of?
It's going out a little bit. Yeah, it's halfway there.
I mean, it's essentially a glow stick, right? Like that was what they
pretty much. Yeah,
I would imagine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of this video, you should each hold your one and only Holy Grail in your collection when it comes to Blu-ray. Shit, who knows though?
No,
I wouldn't even know what
that
mine
would be
is.
way too hard. I would have had to like prepared for that.
I'd be like,
juggling everything.
Yep. I mean, honestly, like this one, I would say is quite a awesome one to have in a way. I mean, like I bought this one luckily. So this was back when Grindhouse Video was in Tampa still, and they had a package thing like where they're like, oh, you know, these are all the dinged and damaged ones. And I mean, clearly it's not dinged or damaged anyway. And it was only $180. Granted, you know, again, only $180.
But it was like $400, wasn't it? Like that was the.
Well, when it first came out, it was like $240, I think. And now you're seeing this set go anywhere from like $400 to I don't even see it go for like $800.
People are nuts too, though.
Yes.
So I'll throw something in there. Y'all remember this one? This is old. I don't even know what year this came out, man, but I love this idea, and it's still in the packaging. House of the Devil, With
I cannot find mine. I have that, and I cannot find it. I'm
with
so
the
upset about that.
VHS.
the VHS is in the
That's
back.
awesome.
Yeah, they're packaged together like that too. I've never opened this. I've actually just got like the DVD like this too,
Mhm.
like apart from this set. But I never wanted to open it because I always thought it was awesome.
I never opened mine either, but I cannot find it. I'm still looking for it. It's crazy how much shit I have. I got to keep digging. It's in there somewhere.
And Ty West, man, the way that he's going nowadays, you know,
Mhm.
I mean, eventually some of this stuff's going to be worth quite a lot, I bet, because I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
he is going to continue to make some bigger movies in the future, I think.
Mhm.
But that particular edition, I don't even remember how long that was out in that
was
form.
I would say probably maybe no longer than a year.
Yeah,
Like I actually maybe less because I think it sold out really quickly right away. And then like I know Amazon got some more back in and a few other places. And then once it was gone again, that was it.
I
You
want to
couldn't find
say,
it
did
anymore.
Gorgon do that fucking thing? Like, who did the VHS?
I can't remember.
Yeah,
Was
it's
it?
Gorgon. Yeah,
Wow.
you got the, if you can see it there at the top.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I've always liked that one too.
Yeah, that's a really good one. And then I guess I'll go real quick. So we've been somewhat sleeping on Second Sight. Any
That's
of you
true.
guys have Lake Mungo?
I do not.
Mungo, baby. Me
This
and
is a
Pepe.
limited edition.
Sorry.
But
So
I
it's
do got
kind
my
of like,
Dead.
oh, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got that one too. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of like some of these other releases. And then, of course, you know, it's one of my favorite movies, The Guest 4K. Like,
I never, I wanted to get into The Guest, but I never got into that.
why not?
I
Was
just
it?
never got into the movie. Like, I don't
Okay.
know. I mean, I didn't, not that I didn't want to buy the thing, the release or anything. I
Mhm.
just, I watched the movie once maybe, and then just, I don't know.
How long ago was that? Probably when it came
When
out.
it first came out, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, give it a watch again around Halloween. I mean, it's a Halloween movie, so yeah, definitely give it another shot.
Speaking of that, Dawn, I mean, I got to throw out also my Anchor Bay release of it. I still have mine.
Yeah, that might be
Nice.
one of the best OG
That's still one of the best.
sets. Yeah.
I agree.
I wish that, they made more shit like that even today. So I'll just start rapid firing some of this shit
Mhm.
Okay.
because it don't matter.
And then
I'll
rapid fire.
from some of their partner labels with I showed earlier with the worst to some that have the best.
Mhm.
So this one is like it's a documentary 2-pack, which is about the first VHS revolution. You flip it over and it's the cassette
Mhm.
revolution with the cassettes go hi-fi. And I just love that artwork, the fact that it just looks like a giant VHS tape and then a giant cassette tape. So
Yeah.
there's that one. And then one of the best movies of all time also has one of the best covers of all time. I think that everybody in here can
Oh,
agree.
Ragnar, there's Uncle Bill's Grail right there.
It's in 3D as well. I don't know if you noticed, but it's a
Man.
Blu-ray 3D.
Did you
With one
watch
of
it
the-
in 3D? Do you have like the glasses or whatever?
No, I didn't. I
Okay.
can't watch it in 3D. That'd be amazing, though.
You need to.
I mean, this to me is the cream of the crop. I mean, like Macho Man said, it didn't get any better than this. Cream always rises to the top, and it's definitely Dracula 3D.
That's one of the few Argento movies I don't have, and I don't know if I plan on
Oh
getting it.
man,
I would never buy it. That's just me.
yeah.
I mean, maybe for $1.
But look here though. Entertainment Weekly says this is a great quote.
Of course, Entertainment Weekly.
It's ripely entertaining. Ripely
Yeah.
entertaining.
That's selling me on it. Jesus.
Anyway,
Okay. Ryan, you got anything?
I've got 5 left. I could rapid fire. However, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
All right. So, I've always thought like since it just came out this past fall. Don't Open Till Christmas, a slip cover.
that's awesome. I want
It's
to get that
amazing.
for sure.
Yeah. The fact that it opens up like a Christmas card and has everybody from trying to hide this, Vinegar Syndrome
Stop.
with all their names and stuff. So, yeah, that one I like that one. The movie, of course, is. I do have to give Scream Factory credit for this one release. Creep Show is an absolute favorite of mine. Nice.
Funny that you
Well done.
mentioned that. Yeah.
But do you have Creep Show 2?
Oh, you
I
son of a
do,
bitch.
but not that version. I do not
Dirty.
have that released. I have a friend of mine who has that, and he would always rub that in my face. That and Rammer, he'd be like, hee hee. Like
Yeah,
that one
you
kid from The
suck.
Simpsons. Oh my god. So can't go wrong. Blue Underground's release of Lucio Fulci's Zombie. The lenticular cover on that I thought was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And Zombie, I mean, it's just a classic.
I love that one too. I've got that one as well. I mean, over here.
Did you get that one or the Bridge or the Splinter one?
I got the zombie one, like the
That's
one that
the
you
one.
had. Yeah.
Awesome. And then, of course, in my opinion, Synapse's greatest release ever, Suspiria. I got the Steelbook.
I think it is.
love
Yeah.
the artwork
I
on
do
this
too.
Steelbook, especially that back art. And then, of course, on the slipcase itself, it's got the classic artwork, but also that lovely image on the back.
Mm-hmm.
And then for my last and final release, one that Garrett will be jealous of, Rambo, baby.
Oh my lord.
Nice.
Yep, the 4K Steelbook set all the way 1 through Last Blood. Bought it with a few dings on it. New, was able to get a few bucks off of it at Best Buy because of that. So that was cool.
That is brutal and badass.
Thank you.
Y'all remember this one though, real quick? I haven't opened it, but if I did open it, it would be awesome to show it. Like I'm sure somebody else has this one.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
have
missed
that.
out on that one. Oh,
I
So
went
when
to
you-
Best Buy and got
Yeah.
the last one on the shelf.
When you if I hadn't already like had it packaged, when you open it, like this comes off and it's just like his face, like the peels away, which is an awesome idea. They're kind of overdoing that now, though. I don't know if you noticed that they came out with the
Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs
Here.
one that was I'm like then they're going to keep doing that shit until they burn that out completely. I feel like but now this is my favorite. I don't know why. Some people probably think it's hokey. Some people probably think yada 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 whatever. This is my favorite physical media packaging of all time, right here, because it's just so different than anything else that anybody ever did and probably ever will do.
I have that.
Oh wow.
The Wicker Man
Mm-hmm.
box. That's an actual fucking box.
Yeah.
Wooden box.
Wow.
There's something about that it's impossible to put in with anything, by the way, because it's a fucking box for one thing, but how big it is too. But it's just amazing, like the way that it looks.
I agree.
And you open it up, and it's not the best. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, they just kind of put the DVD in there like that with the poster behind it.
Mm-hmm.
But just the idea that they did that is insane, and it's embossed.
That's cool.
Yeah.
With the number and everything on it. So yeah, this has always been my favorite. So that's it. That's all I got.
What you got, Mark?
I have a few more, but give me 1 second. I'm gonna be right back. I got some.
Okay.
Oh shit.
He's gonna go dig more out.
Yeah.
I would say also on top of that Synapse release of Suspiria, I'd also have to put Tombs of the Blind Dead because that is just one that, for whatever reason, it was a few years back. Grindhouse released, well, not Grindhouse, but they had like the Blue Underground releases on DVD for like $3 a piece, and I bought all of them except for Night of the Seagull.
Why'd you skip that one?
Well, I didn't because they didn't have it because Shout Factory had the rights at the time. And it was like $20. But I later got it and I was like, wow, okay, I can see, Anyway, but I bought those. I really liked them. It was just something different. And that Steelbook release is awesome.
Pretty much any steelbook that they come out with is fucking
yeah.
amazing. Like, I've never been let down by any of that stuff that they've done like that.
Were you going to ask that one question about upcoming labels like near the end, or
Yeah, I was going to get to it.
okay,
I wasn't going to leave everybody hanging,
okay.
or maybe I
See.
was. Maybe I was. Who knows?
Oh, Carlos, yeah, that Anchor Bay Sleepaway Camp box set. I didn't get the one with the Red Cross. I got the later recall version, and I think I only paid like $20 for it. Can't forget Survivor on that one.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you got to have that one. Smell my ass, or whatever that kid keeps saying.
Yeah, no, that's Return.
Oh, you're right.
Sleepaway
That's
Camp.
Return. Yeah,
Your ass
Survivor.
stinks.
Your ass stinks.
Me and my fiance watched all of those one time. I think it was like right before COVID hit, and I had gotten sick, ironically, and we were just like, well, what are we gonna do? I'm sick, I'm laying in bed. And she's like, well, let's watch movies, and she just randomly grabbed that box set, and we just watched every single one of them in order all the way to Return to Sleepaway Camp.
Dude, I love the first three. I think the
yeah.
first three are amazing, and then you get to that one, and you're like, "What in the fuck? Like,
Yeah,
even is
like,
this?"
Survivor, that one was like all nothing but recaps, except for like the little bits of footage.
Yeah. So I think somebody was mentioning this one too, and I just had this out as being one of the worst. I like it though. I like the packaging.
Yeah, it kind of reminds
Idea
me of
behind it.
the coffin set that Blue Underground did for Tombs, but that one's really thick compared to
Yeah.
Blue Underground Tombs release. Jeez.
Yeah, this is the UK classic Universal Monster set from probably 2000. I don't even know, 7, 8. If I could, shit. See it on here. It's got Dracula, Frankenstein, the Mummy, the Invisible Man, the Bride of Frankenstein, the Wolfman, Phantom of the Opera, and the Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Does it come with like all the other sequel movies too, like the DVD set I had?
Hold on. I'm fucking blind at this point in my life. It doesn't say.
Huh. That's interesting.
It does have lobby cards and like booklets that come with it because you can see them on the back here.
Okay.
But yeah. Anybody that knows about that set, tell me, because that's been 15 years, I know, since I bought that.
Wow.
I do have the Anchor Bay 10 box of Hellraiser. Yep. And I've got the Scarlet set behind me over here.
I had a friend who had the Beyond 10, and I think he also had the Evil Dead one as well, or Evil Dead 2.
So, Jackson wants to know why CK isn't on here showing off all of his shit. Well, I tried to get him to come on here, but he said he was watching that fucking pay-per-view, and I acted like it was like the second coming of whatever.
Well, definitely Steve is sleeping. I mean, I would be sleeping too if it wasn't for Uncle Bill asking for me to come on. So,
and I appreciate you coming on.
Of course.
Also, though, I think Mark is like putting together.
He's gonna be like coming back with like
of
a whole tote or something. Golly.
He's like building a giant slipcase to something right now.
He's gonna just come in like just a box full of nothing but slipcases.
What about the Bruce Lee or Godzilla Criterion sets?
Well, I did show off the Godzilla one. I do have the Bruce Lee set as well. It's actually up on the shelf. Believe it or not, I got a steal on that one. I think I went to this secondhand store I go to a lot, and they had a special. It was like all Blu-rays were 50% off, and it was listed for $45. And I was like, was this part of the deal too? And they said, yeah. So I ended up getting it for like $22, like 50 cents or something like that.
Damn.
Yeah. And it was like barely used.
The mayor asked a good question. What happened to that Twitch channel? Speaking of Steve.
So I was actually watching that.
Were you watching that?
Yeah.
So you give us a rundown of what happened because I wasn't watching it.
So I got in about 15 minutes into the movie, and I think part of it was maybe where Steve is saying a certain R word that rhymes with rapper without the ER. Four-letter word.
Of course he was, yeah.
And
why would he not be?
I think that was part of it, but I think also too, just kind of the fact that he was showing oh gosh, what was that movie? It's a Cat 3 film. He mentioned it to me. It's one I've actually been wanting to see. And next thing you know, like I put a comment in, and then I see this thing pop up that says, your channel has been suspended. I'm like, what? And then the movie just froze. He disappeared. The whole thing just went away.
I'm just curious, like, what in the hell made Steve think it was a good idea to go on Twitch and show
it was Red to Kill.
Cat 3 movie?
Yeah.
In general, just, I mean, isn't Twitch notorious for like being hardcore about shit, any kind of like language or anything like that?
Yes, they are. Well, and also too, when the whole premise of Red to Kill is about a person who does said word to people wearing the color red.
Oh my God.
That's really the whole premise, except for it all takes place like in a hospital with mentally challenged individuals.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's a great way to put that. I appreciate that. So I got in here tonight, and normally, like, we you can stream this out to 3 different sites. So we usually do Facebook, YouTube, and either Twitch or Twitter, right? Mm-hmm. So Twitch is gone. I can't access Twitch on here now to send out anything.
Oh gosh,
that's just great.
Thanks, Steve. I got to see 10 minutes of it, and then
I think it's pretty safe to say that Steve should take a break from showing any kind of content on any of these.
I was asking Mark about this because, I mean, for those of us who are patrons who are on the Discord, I mean, we could do stuff on there. Mark was kind of showing me a little bit how to do it. And, I mean, Mark knows how to do it. So, I mean, we could show some stuff on there. And, I mean, again, it would just be for the patrons, though. I think he said, like, he can show up to 99 people on Patreon on the Discord.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're a patron, you're on the Discord, get on there. Because I was actually trying to set one up right before you announced, hey, anybody want to come on tonight? And I was like, oh, well, I'll cancel that and I'll get on this.
I'm going to be completely honest. I was just really bored.
Right.
It's like I need something to do. And yeah, this seemed like the thing to do. So here we are. It seemed to work out pretty well. I think Mark may have been murdered. So I'm not sure if he's coming back.
He went to climb up on his shelf, in his place, and he went to reach for one, and then the whole shelf just tipped over, and he's trapped underneath hundreds of Blu-rays.
Either that, or he was finally abducted by that UFO that he saw. The fucking alien came back and got him. Oh God! But in the meantime, though, I was trying to see if I had anything else over here that I didn't get a chance to show. I'll tell you one thing I will have in the very near future, though, that'll be awesome to show on here.
What's that?
When Vinegar Syndrome had that last, well, son of a bitch, he's just like, fuck it, I'm out. No, he'll be back, I'm sure.
Probably.
When Vinegar Syndrome had that last sale, I was able to snag a copy of the Vampire Hookers VHS tape, which has the greatest tagline in the history of taglines. And I don't even know if I can say it or not, but
just do the best you can. Try to bleep it out if need be.
Just look it up. If anybody wants to know what the tagline is, just go on Vinegar Syndrome and take a look at it. It's amazing. Yeah, we're going to do a Red to Kill watch along right here next. We're going to see if we can't get everything banned tonight.
Oh, yeah. We'll just
all right.
And everything.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
I said that you either got abducted by the alien that you saw that one time, by the UFO again,
or you were just in your many rooms of Blu-rays and was climbing up a shelf, and all of a sudden the whole shelf just tipped over and dumped all the Blu-rays on top, and you got pinned.
Oh God, that would be my worst nightmare. All right, so I got a few things here. This is kind of old school, but. Yeah, this
you can break it down.
The Anchor Bay. You guys remember this?
Oh yeah.
I love this thing.
Is that the Ultimate Edition?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it folds out all the way, and each part that folds out, there's another piece of like really cool artwork.
Yes, that was one of my favorites too.
Yeah, I mean, look at how big this is. I don't know if I can get the whole thing on screen. I can't even get the whole thing in there, but you get the idea. I know you guys in the chat remember that one. That was one of the best Evil Dead sets ever. And then you showed The House of the Devil, which I can't find, but here's one of Uncle Bill's favorite movies.
Oh no.
VHS 2. And they did the same thing with the VHS and the Blu-ray.
Yeah. Is that Magnet? That looks like Magnet
Mhm.
releasing. Yeah.
So yeah, they give you the VHS tape. It's awesome.
It's just, why does it have to be VHS 2 though? It's all the shit. It's an awesome idea to do that, but I just
yeah, I had to get that. And then another one that sort of follows that same theme, Stranger Things.
Stranger
Any
Things.
of you guys have any of these where they're like the VHS? You didn't get those? Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, this is going to be bizarre for a lot of people. I just never could get into Stranger Things.
What is it about it? Is it the
I like how Mark always tries to understand.
I have to
the
know,
meaning
like,
behind it.
it's
I think part of it is just the fact, like when it comes to series in general, like TV series, just I guess it's kind of like CK where he's like, I just can't sit down and watch all of it, and get into it.
okay.
I think part of it,
that shit I don't understand. I don't know what the hell he's watching or like how he's trying to watch it.
like I'll start from the beginning on something, and my problem is I'll go like so far into it, and then either the show just gets kind of dull for a little bit, or something happens, and then next thing you know, oh, another movie. I'll watch this instead, and I just forget about it. I think that's part of my problem.
Okay. So you're not a TV show kind of guy? Not really?
Not really. I mean, and I know people are going to be like, what the heck? I did watch Walking Dead up till about season 4, season 5. But part of that, too, was because my then girlfriend was like, oh, we need to watch this. So I was like, okay, whatever.
Walking Dead is one of those shows that it outdid its welcome probably about 5 or 6 years ago, to be honest.
I agree.
Like, I didn't even know it was still on until here recently. Like, this is the last episode. I'm like, didn't they shut that shit down like 2 years ago? But apparently not. Norman Reedus loves that. Norman Reedus, he rode that train out until the very end, man. He was just like, yeah. But no, I mean, I love Stranger Things. I watch every season. And Last of Us, man. Like, I don't know if anybody's watching Last of Us right now, but if you're not, like, that's a fucking amazing show.
Oh yeah,
too.
Yeah, it's going good so far. I probably feel a little bit like more on the side of like what Anthony was saying on the round table. Maybe it's because I did play the game and I expect so much more from the show, and the changes just they don't sit well with me, but I can tolerate it, and we'll see where it goes in the end.
That was kind of my thing too with like Walking Dead is I was reading some of the comics before the show came out, and they were kind of following it faithfully up until about like season 4, season 5, and that's when everything started changing a lot, and I was just like, So
yeah, I got you. Yeah, I mean that's same thing with Dexter. The more they deviated away from the books, the more questionable that show became.
Yeah.
So
Dexter.
You're gonna watch the prequel series?
I'm not watching more of that shit. I'm not watching any more Dexter. I jumped off that train a while back.
All right, so you mentioned The Blind Dead. I still got a sticker on mine.
Oh,
hell yeah.
Nice.
I remember that set vividly, yeah.
But then you brought up the Monsters, Universal Monsters set. Look what I got.
Yep, not CK, I'm half awake right now. Sleep deprivation right now is kicking in.
Is this the same one?
I think it is.
The same one.
Okay.
Yes,
so
sir.
You tell me, because we were talking about this. Like, this is the UK set, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what year did this come out? Because I can't find anything on it.
Shit, I am not. Oh my god, the writing is like microscopic.
I know. Dude, I can't see anyway, so this is impossible for me.
I'm not even sure when this came out, honestly.
I'll see if I can find it.
It had to be over 10 years ago, at least.
Yeah. I would say so, yeah.
Young Dexter in the Temple of Dead Fuckers. Oh, God.
Came out in 2012.
Yeah. Okay.
I figured.
So yeah,
It's 11 years old.
that is I just like the way that set looks. I've never opened it. I have no idea. Never been somebody's going to kill me for saying this, but I've never been a huge like Universal Monsters fan. And don't ask me why not, Mark. I don't know. It's just too old. I don't have
There's
a
no
good
such thing
reason.
as too old.
Yeah, there's exactly, Ryan. There you go.
I don't have I just didn't grow up with it, so it's not as nostalgic for me as the 80s stuff and like things like
I
that.
know you're going to be like, what the hell when I say this, but I'm a huge fan of Hammer movies. So that's one I know that you guys aren't like.
I'm actually more of a fan of Universal Monsters movies than I am of Hammer movies.
Wow.
Something I know. I just that's one area that we could never get into, and I don't know why, but neither one of us could ever really get into the Hammer genre. As a matter of fact, I actually like the Amicus stuff a little bit more than I do
like
the Hammer
Amicus
stuff.
too, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I got a few more. This one, I don't think you can find it anymore, but it was pretty pricey when it first came out, and I'm glad I got it because again, I don't think you can find it anymore. The From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh
Hell,
wow.
I don't even remember that.
The Titty Twister edition.
The what edition?
I have no memory of that.
Yeah. I gotta get over here some. There we go.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's got all kinds of stuff in there. It's
Good
insane.
Lord. When did that come out?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Shit. I don't fucking know. Like probably like a good 8 to 10 years ago.
Okay, so that was probably before the TV series then.
Oh yeah, well before. Way before. And then I got a Pulp Fiction set just like that. But I wanted to keep it genre stuff. So you guys remember this Sixth Sense? This huge thing?
Jesus, dude. I don't remember that either. That's pretty awesome as well.
Yeah. It's got a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm not going to open all this shit up because it'd take me forever to put it back.
Mark's like Scott Steiner. He's got the hookup. Holla.
And I've seen quite a few horror fans with this one. This is the Pieces Nudie Puzzle.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. It comes with a vinyl record too.
Yeah.
Now that one I do remember. Yeah.
Oh, I wanted that one so bad.
I do too, man. Didn't that sell out like super fast though?
Mm-hmm. You can get the puzzle separately now.
Yeah.
The vinyl I think you can get, but it's like different cover art. But it's really hard to get the vinyl right now because like Arrow, they did like a couple vinyl records and then they just stopped.
And then I had to get this one too. This is the smaller Arrow release. Yeah. I think most people have this one.
Yeah. I've got the Grindhouse edition.
I think I have that one too, actually. Yeah, I do.
Got that one in there. That's one of those movies that just defies all kind of like category. Like you can't really categorize what kind of film that is.
Oh yeah.
It's just a bunch of crazy shit strung together to make a movie.
And then 3 more, and then I'm gonna stop because I could literally go for like another 4,
just 3 more.
I could go for like another 4 or 5 hours, but I'm gonna stop after these.
We got 10 minutes before none of this shit matters.
So this is Battle Royale, the limited edition set.
Nice.
Another one that is really hard to find. It's got like, let me see. Okay, I thought it was 3 different cuts, but it's 2 different cuts of the movie. So director's cut, theatrical cut. Comics, posters, special feature discs, and then booklets.
Now, did you get the new one that was just released from? I think it was Arrow.
Yeah,
they released that.
They released a limited and then standard.
Okay.
I got the standard.
I did get the Donnie Darko though.
I did get that too.
Yeah.
Another one with like multiple releases in it or cuts in it. And here's a rare one that I don't see too many people show off. Although I don't think many people like the movie, but I enjoy them for what they are. This is the huge like Pennywise thing.
What the hell? I don't even.
It's chapter 2, but it's the 4K steelbook, and then like because I have the steelbook of the first one on 4K, and then when I saw them post this, I was like, well, fuck it, why not?
Looks like he's shitting a balloon at his ass on the back.
Yeah, this is what the statue.
Wait, turn to the other side real quick. Turn to the other side.
Oh yeah, it is a different image. Hold on.
Yeah, hold on.
Spin this around.
This is him just shitting out a balloon. Anyway, I didn't, man. like you're dropping the thunder tonight because I had no idea that half this shit even existed. Like, let alone to buy it. Like, I didn't even know it was out there.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of my, if you want to call it a sickness. Like, as soon as I see something, there's like a rare edition, I jump all over it. I'm usually more about the features on the disc, the print itself, stuff like that. But the collector in me wants to get
Mhm.
the coolest thing that there is. Even like shit like this, like
Yeah.
this Shameless DVD. Now it's a kind of a shitty like murder mystery giallo type movie, but it has like a raincoat in it. Like it comes with a fucking raincoat. So
What?
I mean, yeah, it's that's what I mean. Like it's kind of a sickness, but I mean, I'm sure you guys can relate in the chat.
The
That's
sickness.
right, that
A lot of
video.
people are saying the sickness is real.
It is real, man.
Yeah.
Like it's something.
Someone here has disposable income.
Somebody has
I
disposable
kind of do.
income.
This is true.
Did you already show off the X-Files complete series box set and I missed it? Yes, if you haven't watched like the X-Files shows.
Yeah,
He has.
it's right here. Since we've
Oh.
been doing the shows, it's if I can pick it up without dropping anything. So this is without, and I have some of them like loose right here, so you guys can
Yep.
see that. Yeah, so it's like this whole huge set.
Hey, also, if you want to send that over to me, I'll look at it and then I'll immediately return it.
After he pisses on it.
Yeah. Oh, it won't be piss. Carlos, I do remember that, and we used to laugh our asses off about that particular version.
Yeah.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it looked like packaged meat. Yeah.
I have that too.
Yeah.
I think CK was talking about this.
Holy shit, dude. What the fuck?
Laser disc?
Yeah, I think CK said he had this or he saw it on Laserdisc.
Yeah. Oh, it's even got the other title, Communion,
Yeah.
on it. Wow.
Mhm.
I've
Yeah, I
actually
got a whole bunch of my Alice Sweet Alice stuff out over here, only
got that
because
poster over
Phantasm
here
Matt,
somewhere.
brought it up on the
Round
last
table.
stream. Yeah. So I got my
That
VS
round table sounds like it was pretty fucking killer. I'm glad I got to be on there.
We missed you,
Son of
man.
a bitch. Fucking shitty internet.
Hey, mine was shitty for a while, but luckily I've got it fixed tonight. But I went to my phone. I had to.
Hey, whatever works, right?
That was ridiculous. So wait, are you out?
There's more stuff, but I don't. I mean, look at the time. Like,
There's more.
There's more.
there's
Let me just.
more right over here, but
Let me just. There we go.
Shit, some out of my ass. Go.
you sure? I mean,
Yeah, you got like 5 minutes, Mark. Go for it. Whatever.
You got
need to
5
go.
minutes.
I
then we're
wish I could
doing-
pick the camera up. There is a mountain of stuff right here.
That's
Like,
so
I'm
cute.
buried. Like, there's stuff all over the
I could
desk,
just pick up my
on
camera,
this
go
table,
and show you
all this
everything.
stuff
But
right here.
I ain't gonna do that.
It is a mess right now. We'll do a part 2 to this.
All right, yeah, we can do a part 2 since we don't have that much time. Because I don't. Something happens after 2 hours. I've yet to figure out what exactly it is, but we'll break this up into another segment of Saturday Nightmares, possibly after we do the next X-Files show. So we'll do X-Files Friday and then this Saturday, I guess.
I'll be more prepared.
So, with that being said, I'm trying to think if we've got anything coming up on the main Dead Pit channel. Like, what the hell is the next show we're even doing?
Other
I
than
know we're
that-
doing a review show soon.
Okay.
A lot of the titles. Oh God, is there anything else? This
know you
will be
Scream Factory year.
Scream Factory Year
Number-
6.
coming up
Yeah,
At some point soon.
is coming up. I couldn't tell you when exactly. So just go to the YouTube channel or go to Into the Dead Pit on Instagram or go to anything like that. Anybody got anything that they want to plug before we get off here?
Well, I will plug my podcast, Splatterhouse Podcast. I've mentioned this on the Discord that it's not a whole lot of listens, but for me, it's a lot. And I just appreciate it. I had, I think, 29 or 30 listens as of tonight. So really appreciate that for those of y'all checking that out. We do have next month's episode coming out. I'll go ahead and tell you what it is. It is Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. We're going to go over that
That's
one.
awesome.
So look forward to that. Should be coming out sometime next month.
Cool.
Mark, what you got?
First, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers that I have. I did not expect to get so many. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to Rambo.
Yes, definitely.
Of course, shout out to Dead Pit. How could I not? And
Yes.
Garrett as well. Shout out to Garrett at Born to Be Rad. All
Brady
you
G
guys
Superstar, yep.
That's right. All you guys have helped me out so much. And I've uploaded a few videos recently. There will be more coming soon. I'm working on I start on 2 and then it grows to 3 and 4. So I just got to finish what I have so far, but some stuff coming pretty soon for you guys that might be interested.
Awesome. I also almost forgot, and somebody brought it up in the chat. We're probably going to get into a lot of trouble for this show, but coming up February the 20th at 10 p.m. is the Sean Clark.
That's right.
Response.
Can't
Calling
wait to see
Tony
that.
Moran out.
So for those people that didn't watch it, go back and watch the Tony Moran YouTube video that we put up about a week ago, and then you'll get a better understanding of what this is going to be about. And then there's the Sean Clark response video that's coming up February the 20th at 10 p.m. only on the Dead Pit channel. So we're actually going to have him on. He's going to talk about the whole entire affair and situation with all that and how all that happened, which I don't even know. I don't even know all the ins and outs of what exactly happened, but we're going to find out coming up on the 20th. So, yeah. So, anyway, Radkins, thank you for being here. Mark, as always, thank you. I'll be seeing everybody soon. And check us out at Dead Pit on Patreon, shop.deadpit.com. Buy stuff, look at stuff, go on the Instagram, check these guys out on their respective channels. And I appreciate you guys coming on. And we will do this again soon because this went over pretty damn well. So,
Nice.
Until next time, see y'all.
See ya.
Later.
Give us the thumbs up.
Up you butts.
Like, subscribe, and if you subscribe, here's something else you can do. Once you subscribe, you can click the bell notification, right? And it'll notify you anytime that Dead Pit puts up new shit.
Or don't. I really don't give a if you do.
I want you to. I want you to.
I don't care.
Let's keep our community growing here on YouTube.
I don't like it. I don't want you to do nothing.
Listen, they need to do that, pal.
No, don't you dare touch it.
Thumbs up, subscribe, and click that bell.
Hey everyone, it's Oak Early Jaws. We got some great shirts for you. We got Faces of Death Part 2. We got Creepy Stories to Tell in Kentucky. The Colonel Would Approve. We also got DeadPit.com. We got Dead Pit Radio with the little fucking Dead Pit dude on there. We got It Never Ends, a Halloween spook parody of the new movie. We got It at Night. We got the Rad Pack, Uncle Rad himself. It just gets better and better. So go on and get you some shirts over at Team Public. It just gets better and better, boss.
Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. DeadPitOnPatreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old Dead Pit radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows and fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. Dead Pit on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1.